Here's a terrible shocker. There are 150,000 water delivery systems in the United States, and they are being attacked daily, cyber attacked daily, that could shut down water to 300 plus million Americans. It's that serious. Claire, you brought to my attention something that is truly terrifying that I'm not seeing in the press anywhere. So well done on digging this up. And I'm referring to the cyber attacks that are hitting water and wastewater systems throughout the United States. It's not threatened cyber attacks, it's happening in real time. And if the water system shut down very, very quickly, and I mean within days, hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people start dying. What do you know about this?
Well, how this came to our attention, and you're right, very lightly reported in the media, is that our National Security Advisor, Jake Sullivan, a short time ago, I think it was maybe a week or so, maybe a little more than that ago, sent out a letter to all 50 governors of our states, warning them about cyber attacks attributed to Iranian connected hackers and targeting the water supply. Now, I don't know to what extent the attacks have been successful to date. We don't have any information that they have been, but rather that the attacks, the cyber attacks, are happening. And that reminded me to go look up a report that came out literally 10 years ago in 2014, put out by a private cybersecurity company called Cylance, 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 which warned, again, 10 years ago, that the Iranian regime was already at that time inside of multiple elements of our critical infrastructure. Water would be just one of those, electricity, oil and gas supply, transportation, banking and finance, continuity of government, among the others. And that report warned that it was not only the United States that was being targeted 10 years ago by Iranian hackers, but also others among our Western European allies, Canada as well, Israel, and I do not know what steps may or may not have been taken in response to that, but we've been on notice for at least the last 10 years that this is going on.
That makes my next comment even more shocking, Claire, because what Jake Sullivan said is there's 150,000 water systems in the country, and many of them, according to what he said, are struggling to find the cash and the personnel to deal with the hacking threats, as if it's, well, should we paint the building or not? We can wait a couple more years. The paint isn't that bad. This is life or death for hundreds of millions of people potentially, and I don't get it. It was said in November, hackers breached the equipment access, I guess you'd call them windows in the computers at a number of water treatment facilities, and they displayed anti-Israel messaging on the equipment to say, haha, look what we can do, which is, you know, the anti-Israel message is neither here nor there, but if they can do that, they can turn levers, they can add chemicals, they can retract chemicals, they can interrupt water supply delivery systems. I mean, it is life or death. And this ought to be a top priority for the Biden administration. This is critical infrastructure. This isn't painting highways or fixing potholes or repairing bridges. This is millions of lives at stake, yes?
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Bear. You're not overstating the situation at all. And again, I go back to the report called Operation Cleaver 10 years ago from Cylance, warning about this kind of hacking coming from the Islamic Republic of Iran. This is the responsibility not only of all of the local jurisdictions, 150,000 facilities, but also of the Department of Homeland Security. I know at the moment they may be pretty well occupied with a certain collapsed bridge in Baltimore, Maryland, but they've had 10 years during which they knew from the report, Operation Cleaver by Cylance, 2014, they knew that this was a threat, that it was real, and that it was already happening 10 years ago.